trying to pull that, oh, all men are perverts going to the gym thing, and it's backfiring, isn't it? Their own recordings are showing what shitty people it is that are pulling this crap, and we all know women like this, don't we? The most damning and condemning things that I've heard about women all came from other women. I've had a lot of women tell me that I'm lucky that I don't have a girlfriend and never had a girlfriend. Oh my God, Sean, if you knew how crazy we are. Everybody's crazy. It's never been about having a girlfriend. Now, back in high school, people wanted to tell me what I should want. My older brother especially. And I gotta tell you, listening to him is not a good idea. If you're him, his tactics might work, but I'm not. Now for me, I stuck my hand on a lady's backside once. This is my older brother's advice. If she likes you, well, actually, he said to put my hand in her pocket, in her back pocket. So I tried that. Here's the thing that confuses me. He tells me if she doesn't like it, she'll remove your hand. Well, that doesn't exactly work when your hand's in her pocket and she speeds up. Yeah. Meanwhile, it's not that I didn't know or wasn't aware that this is something that's inappropriate. It's also something that I've seen my entire life that it is appropriate. I see both men and women doing this to each other. Now, of course, when I'm, what was I, like 12, I suppose? Listening to my older brother's advice, man, I gotta tell you, growing up in the system, you had the no contact rule. You couldn't even shake hands, you couldn't give hugs, nothing. So, for me, all this stuff that you're not allowed to do, that you get out on the outs and you see people doing, and you're told, well, that's what you're supposed to do. Monkey see, monkey do. Now, I'd have learned a lot more of this stuff a lot younger and a lot earlier age if I'd actually lived through different experiences. But what I knew was what's acceptable and not acceptable in the system. In the system, you're not supposed to touch people, but also in the system, people are going to touch you. Rules are there for a reason, you're told, and then nobody follows the rules. Nobody. And even if I follow the rules, it's not going to matter because it's not going to make other people follow the rules. Is it? Of course not. So does that make it okay? No, it doesn't. Nicole Trujillo cried. All right? That's not something I ever wanted to do to somebody, to make them feel that crappy. And you know what? I've probably apologized to her 100 times since then. One of my biggest bullies was her mom. Her mom's one of those people who, when you've got something going on, she wants to offer you something that it's impossible for you to do. Meanwhile, you have stuff that's going on, right? And then if you don't do what she wants right when she wants it, she's going to say, oh, well, see, I offered you this and this, and you didn't want it. You didn't want help. No, I had help that I needed, and you ignored the help that I needed. And that's been a mainstay in my life. Nobody fucking cares. You guys notice there's a lot of people that I expose on my channel. A lot of people that don't fucking like me now. You know what? It don't matter if they like me now or not. What matters is whether or not they told the truth. I don't like being lied to. I've busted a lot of people lying, which really sucks for them. And it really sucks for me because I wanted to trust them. I wanted to believe the best in them. But the longer it took for them to keep their word and eventually just outright show them that they were never going to, me having to go in over and over and over again by myself, and then these assholes tell me, oh, well, if you already went in and they said it doesn't work, well, it doesn't work. No, These agencies felt liberal about blowing me off because you weren't there. No friends or family were there to actually give a shit. Y'all were too busy telling me how to think and feel before Natalie was killed. And those of you who came on after Natalie's death, like, how sick are you? To get infatuated with this nastiness enough to get involved in the gaslighting. You make promises, but then you don't keep them. And then you pretend I'm some sort of a bad person because I told the truth. I'm proud of myself for telling the truth. You like that? I've had to do desperate things to try to get heard because I've wasted so many resources on empty promises. Having to go to people who have had a history of being predatory towards me in the past, and I have to go to these people for help. That doesn't sound right or sit right with me. For me to have to try to turn in Scott DaCosta to Scott DaCosta. I'm told to go to these professional places that are supposed to help me turn it in. And I go to these professional places, and it's not about turning it in. It's about doing what they want. They only got one direction they're going to throw you in, and it's a long route to getting nothing fucking accomplished. Oh, well, let's get you stuck in the fucking housing loop. Then you're stuck in an area where you're being victimized. You don't have housing. You're told, oh, well, you know, we don't have any resources here. We don't have any resources here. Oh, but if you stick around, you might get housing. Oh, well, you know, you were on housing list in the last place. Why didn't you just stick around there? Well, that's because I was being victimized in the last place, just like every place. Homeless men are treated fucking horribly. Americans are disgusting people. As an American, I can say that. None of these people who pretended to care actually cared, because it doesn't take much to help somebody turn it in. As soon as they start making it complicated, like when you start asking 10,000 different questions. Hey, how about you listen to the fucking victim without interruption so that you are aware of what's going on? Stop talking over them to make suggestions. Find out what's going on first. But when you're asking 200 different questions, you're not listening to what they've already done, what they've already been through. You don't think it's important. It fucking is important, you pieces of shit. You're all disgusting people. You victimize victims and tell them it's their fault. You say, oh, we give you $800 in disability every month, but we're going to make sure that you have $1,600 worth of bills every month. And then it's your fault for having shitty credit because you were victimized into oblivion with zero fucking rights. Fuck this goddamn country and everyone in it. You're all trash.